So you have this this blend. I mean, from the concert last night, I was struck by, and there's no, unfortunately, in English language, there's no word for this. This is one of the words we're missing. It's something about that synergy between spirituality and politics. You know, one of your lyrics says, "You stand somewhere between Jesus and Huey P. Newton," and so on and so forth. But that I was shocked last night by how, quote, political, unquote, how revolutionary the music was. But it was also, the lyrics were also based on the spiritual base too. So there are political bands, not enough of them, not many of them, and there are like, quote, Christian bands or something like that. There are spiritual bands. There's something different going on with FLOBOTS. Say something.
Absolutely. I think both for Christian bands and political bands, there's a real temptation, or at least tendency, to marginalize yourself in how you approach things. So to make sure that you're a political band to the point that you make sure you're alienating people who are not political, or make sure you're alienating people who are not Christian. We have no interest in alienating people. We want to relate to people. You know, we're not a Christian band, but several of us are Christian who happen to be the people who write the lyrics. And politically, I think everyone at this point, I mean, I think the politics in this country is such that everybody is so affected by something like the Iraq War, you know, weighs on our conscience, or just economically affected by gas prices or the housing crisis, that everyone is a political being at this point. And so what we're really appealing to is not so much people being political, it's people just reacting to the situation around them. And so we know people want to lift this weight off of their shoulders and feel like they're serving something larger than themselves, rather than like, I'm an apathetic member of this horrible country that's, you know, it's causing this destruction in Iraq. That's not how people want to feel. And so I think we're just appealing to that on a human level.
In the song, there's a struggle going on for your battle going on for your mind. You write that there's something simmering across the land. Where do you see that simmering? Where do you feel it the most?
That was actually that's a reference to a mentor of mine, Dr. Vincent Hardy, who at some point 3 or 4 years ago was asked, you know, do you see where's the movement today? Where's the movement? And he said, you know, he paused for a long time like he does, and then said, well, when I look around, I see all these little pockets, and I think there's something simmering. There's something simmering that's ready to bubble up. And that image stayed with me. And I think you see it simmering now much more evidently. You see it in, you know, the Obama campaign, the success of the Obama campaign. You see it in, you know, Sojourners magazine and in churches like Open Table of Christ, who have just destroyed the idea that being a person of faith means being narrowly locked into these 3 issues and not caring about, you know, so you see it all over. And I think our band is certainly both part of it and feeding it. You know, we're fed by it and we're feeding it.
You are feeding it, and by the way, you may not know it, but there are moments here at the communion table or something like that where your lyrics are actually becoming liturgy in worship. So thanks for that. Thanks for writing that stuff. So this is just like, okay, so as a friend, how do you keep your soul? And last question, we'll end this and break this off. But how do you feed yourself in this mania that, you know, maybe just beginning for you? You know, the fame, the you know, constant press of every time I talk to you, you're going to be doing an interview with this one in Germany, or this one in England, or this one over here, or this one over here. How do you keep your soul fed day to day when you're on tour?
Well, I think a big thing is not becoming too controlling of what's happening. I mean, I have a lot of trust in all the people around me, including kind of our street teams, our fans that are doing things in their communities, and the staff people at our organization. So a lot of it, I just am content to know that if something doesn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow, and there's a lot of other brains that are keeping track of things. So the logistics, I don't let them stress me out. But the bigger thing, I think, is just I feel very much in line with my sense of purpose. Like, this is what I should be doing. And I get such immense, I think, fulfillment from that, that even if I'm physically tired, it's really just a physical thing. It's not my soul does not feel tired. My soul every day feels actually very
lifted. There's some stories about that, actually. there's no.
Hmm.
And we'll we're strong. Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks for the meeting. Thanks
absolutely.
For all right. God bless you.
Thank you very much.